Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Welcome back for another installment of I saw other YouTubers trying to scare the crap out of you, so I have to make this video now. Recently in the news, you might have heard that the Federal Reserve, the people who print money within the United States, have raised the interest rate again. That was scary part number one. I saw a number of people talking about that it's going to be near impossible to take out loans and or to get money from the bank, and how could the Federal Reserve have done this? This is the most scary thing that they've ever done in their entire lives. We knew that they've been doing this for like the past year and a half. We also heard at the beginning of this year that at some point they were going to pause the interest rate hikes, which they did roughly around summertime. And they told us that we were going to see 2 more rate hikes, which we have. We just saw the first one, which happened a couple of days ago. And we are going to see another one, I think roughly around September or maybe October. So we know that that's going to happen. But wait, roughly around that time, we're also going to see a bunch of people talking about how scary that is. They rose it once again by 0.25 points. I think it's roughly around 5.5 or 5.75%. I don't really know and don't actually care exactly what the interest rate currently is, but we have known that they were going to do this for a while. We were also just recently told that after not this one, but the next one, that we're going to see they're probably going to pause interest rate hikes once again, as inflation has actually fallen near, so they say, near the 2% mark that they've been trying to hit for the last 2 or so 3 years. Roughly around this point. I saw a lot of other YouTubers talking about that, and I couldn't have rolled my eyes any more than I already have. Making videos talking about that the recession is over, the recession's is ending, or, you know, are we finally out of the recession? What was the other one? I think I wrote it down. Forecasting that there's no longer going to even be a recession. And I was like, what? That's crazy. If you just saw, I made a video a couple of days ago where it was basically about fear mongering and making other people very afraid of the market. If you get a chance, go watch it. It basically shows over the course of the last 18 years or something like that. I found instances every single time where we were told every single year that we should be afraid of a recession or depression. Every single year. I want you to actually get that into your head. And it's not just like 2008. It's not just 2020. Every single year we were told that something terrible was going to happen. And it usually ended up not actually happening at all. One of the main reasons for this, for those of you who don't know, is that the government has been trying to, and the Fed, to disincentivize people from actually investing or putting money into the market and or taking out loans. Why would they do this? What happens is, and it's the simplest terms, is that if you go to a bank and you say, hey, I want $500,000 worth of a loan, I'm not sure if you're going to be dancing like that when you go there, is they basically type it into a computer, and that information gets sent to the Fed or to the people who are printing the money, depending on where you live around the world. And basically that money gets created. And that's how money essentially is created at the drop of a dime within the United States. Part of the problem is that when interest rates are very low, people are more incentivized and are greedier and want to take out more loans and stuff like that. More money ends up getting created. And this is kind of where we were a couple of years ago, where trillions of dollars were being created at the drop of a dime, a hat, or something along the lines of that. And basically you tell people that things are going to get worse, things are really terrible, and you also raise the interest rate to make sure that people aren't taking out debt, aren't taking out loans, so that the interest rate can rise, and also that inflation can also lower because less money is being printed. Super, super simple. It's not the craziest thing in the entire world, but there probably was never going to actually be a recession. It was more just a constant amount of fear mongering from governments around the world to try and get things under control. Because what happens is, if the markets do get too overheated and are too overheated for a very long time, we have another 2008 situation where people think that the markets can never go down. Everyone pushes their money into the market. We start having 100% mortgages with fluctuating interest rate amounts, like in the United States. One part of the wall cracks, everything collapses. We're all in the mud for the next 2 or 3 years. It's one of the general ways of thinking about it. We knew about the other hike. There was a recession. Yeah, I think that's basically it. I don't know how to really say any more than that. There was probably never going to be a recession. We knew about the Fed interest rate hikes. So over the next couple of months, you are going to see YouTubers telling you once again that there's going to be another Fed rate hike, and they're going to have more scared photos and more things like that. And when you click on their video, they're going to tell you exactly how bad all of these things are. We're actually doing pretty well. We're actually doing better than we were mid 2020 or even early 2021. The markets aren't as overheated anymore. You typically have or need a period of like side movements in markets before things actually pick up again. You need like a very strong lull period. And I think the last time I saw is we were near a 2.6% inflation rate within the United States for the US dollar. And if that ends up going down to 2%, they're probably going to stop raising interest rates altogether. Markets will begin to slowly recover. The interest rate will also then lower as well. And then any idea of a recession or a depression, which I think is the craziest thing that people were saying over the course of the last year or so, that we were going to go into another depression that was worse than the 1920s. Anyway, yeah, just thought I'd make a little quick video to kind of fill everyone in. I know it's not the most exciting video, but it's more of a, I have to like, what's the word? Decompress YouTube in some sort of way, because people keep asking me like very scary questions, and I'm like, that's not at all what's happening. That's not what you think is taking place. Like, no, that's also not taking place as well. Like, things aren't great economically as far as like the monetary policies that countries have. But we are doing far better than we were a year or 2 years ago. The economy will pick back up. This is a common market cycle. It's happening for everything. I've mentioned that before in other videos. We are currently down and everything else is down. I see people talking about that art prices are down, comic books are down. This is also going down, and that we're all in this crazy money boat together. Things will be just fine, I promise you. I do hope that you've all enjoyed and I've alleviated some of your fear, because it's not as scary as other people are trying to make it seem. I do hope you all are having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.